Hello guys, and welcome to another video in my DJ Tips series. Today we're looking at protecting your investments and protecting your equipment. Now if you're like me and you add up all the money you've spent in investing in DJ equipment, when you get that figure at the end, you're probably going to be quite surprised by how much money you've actually spent. In fact, it's probably not best to think about it, but what you want to make sure is that you're protecting that investment. There's no point spending thousands of pounds on lots of intelligent lighting fixtures if you just carry them around without a case or keep them in the box they originally came in. It's worth investing that extra money into flight cases and some kind of protection on your investment. Tip number 1. If you're looking for an affordable way to protect your equipment, consider using soft cases or bags like this one here from a company called Cobra. This guy here is a simple case with a little bit of padding on it. You can zip it up, protect your equipment and carry it around to your gigs. Not only are these great for protecting lighting fixtures, but they're also great for carrying around all of your cables and other little bits and pieces. Now they don't offer great protection from drops or very fragile objects, however they're very good for transporting around most of your lighting fixtures to stop them getting scratched or damaged. But most importantly, they're very cheap. Rather than having to spend lots of money on protecting your equipment, these bags are a really affordable option. If you've got rack mount pieces of equipment, I really recommend investing in a proper rack mount flight case. These come in standard sizes from 4U to 6U up to things like 10 and 12 units high, and this allows you to install your rack mounted gear, close it away in a flight case and keep it nice and protected during transport. And you can also buy things like drawers to go in a rack mount case that allow you to store additional cables and smaller items. Tip number 3, flight cases. If you're working with bigger bits of equipment, you're working with more expensive equipment, and you're moving a lot more stuff around, it may be worth investing into flight cases for all your equipment. Now you can have these cases specifically designed to fit particular fixtures, or just have generic cases you can put multiple lights in and cable. They're the best thing you can use for protecting your equipment because they're really rock solid. They'll take drops and shock much better than say a soft bag will, but they are a much more expensive investment, investing in plywood flight cases. However, the other side to this is it looks a lot more professional. If you turn up to your gig with a load of soft bags full of cables and lights, it may look a bit less professional than if you were to show up with lots of nice flight cases, really clean cases with maybe even your name printed on the side of them. It just looks a lot more professional. Tip number 4, if you've got some really important equipment that needs to be protected, like your MIDI controller, maybe a laptop, you might want to invest in a Pelican case. This here is my Pelican case. It's a Peli 1510 and it is a shockproof, waterproof, drop-proof case that can take pretty much anything you throw at it. It's a rubberized case which is completely water sealed, and you can open it up and have different fittings inside, whether you want to store smaller items or have foam cutouts to store particular objects like expensive computers or screens. A Pelican case is basically the best thing you can use to protect your really expensive or fragile equipment. I wouldn't suggest you invest in Pelican cases for every single piece of equipment you have, because that would be incredibly expensive and you're probably better off in that case going with flight cases. However, with really specific objects that really don't want to be damaged during transit, a Peli case is the way to go. Tip number 5. If you're packing up scanners or very delicate lighting fixtures into a flight case or bag, make sure you have some kind of protection over the mirror. With scanners, the moving mirror is very fragile and you can very easily break them. Thankfully, so far in my DJ career, I have never broken the mirror off a scanner. However, it's easy to do. So using something like a small bit of packing foam or some kind of way of protecting the mirror itself is definitely worthwhile doing. Tip number 6, if you've got specific bits of equipment you want to have protected, like a little wireless controller maybe, you can invest in small bags like this. This is from a company called BUBM. But it's a small little padded carrying case that's great for storing little bits of equipment, things like hard drives or computer accessories and adapters. However, in this case, inside here, I've got my Airstream DMX bridge. There's also room in here to include the power supply, so I can keep this nice and safe with no chance of me damaging any of the antennas. So a small case like this is really useful for protecting those random little bits of gear. So that's it for this episode of DJ Tips. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.